the bacteria surrounding the butthole of every single person in there is just infusing into the water. Y'all want to hear about a movie that's coming out this November? It's called How to Lose an Election in 30 Days, featuring the governor of North Carolina and some of these other imbeciles who insist, despite new data, despite common sense, despite anything else, who insist on keeping this country closed. I am like Category 5 New Jersey right now. I'm like, go out and set some kittens on fire mad, because all of my hope was bundled up in North Carolina, moving into what is affectionately called phase 2. We've got this like 20-step plan to get back to normal. And so it was supposed to end. And we were supposed to today be able to go back to restaurants and salons and gyms. The gym is so important to me because that nasty towel back there, I have to take an illegal, stealthy shower every single night because I am boondocking and don't have enough water. And it was just, I was so hopeful that I was going to get my gym back. And people think that gyms aren't important. That's not true. Gyms are a part of a lot of people's routines, and they are great for your mental health. I go to the gym every single day. Most days I meet JB there, and it's like our thing. It's fun. It helps relieve stress. It keeps me from punching people. It makes me harder to kill. I mean, that is why I go to the gym. It is something I do every single day. And so when you remove something that is part of someone's system of being, that has consequences. And it's just terribly ironic to me. Why close the gym? The justification for closing the gyms in North Carolina is that inside a gym you are breathing hard. So they think that it's just going to be this petri dish of coronavirus because you are breathing hard. So here's some of the logic, and I'm sure your governors also went to the same online college as mine did. So we know that statistically speaking, the sheer bulk, the sheer majority of cases are in our nursing homes because, like in New York, your brilliant Governor Cuomo, who I don't know why, but the media and so many other people worship the ground he walks on, deliberately sent actively sick people with coronavirus into the nursing homes, subsequently wiping out just thousands of people. Okay, so we know that here in North Carolina and elsewhere, the bulk of the cases are in nursing homes. Excuse me, Governor, if the bulk of cases are in nursing homes, why are we closing down the playgrounds? I can't go on the monkey bars. And now it's weird if I, an adult, am on the monkey bars, but occasionally I exercise on the playground equipment. It has caution tape on it. I can go to Walmart, Lowe's, anywhere else and touch, but I cannot by myself use the push-up bench bar, whatever, in the playground. Governor, we know that of the cases that are not in the nursing homes, that most of these people have pre-existing conditions like morbid obesity, hypertension, and diabetes. So does it make sense to close the gyms where the people who are healthy or trying to get healthy are? Yes. Oh, all right. I mean, that makes perfect sense. It's a clear line of logic. At this point in North Carolina, it is safe for me to go jump in, submerge myself, marinate myself in a community pool where the bacteria surrounding the butthole of every single person in there is just infusing into the water, and the snot running out of the kids' noses, and sweat, and all that nastiness, just making this big crock pot of human nasty. I can go sit in that. I can swim in it. It can get on my eyes. It can get up my nose when I do a cannonball. It can get when I take an occasional accidental gulp of water, just all that bacteria, butthole juice, I can be exposed to all that. But I can't go to the gym. You know, once upon a time, when our elected officials started getting stupid, we showed up with pitchforks, dragged them out of their homes, and slapped them around in the town square. Who's running this place? How do these people get elected? I know how they get elected. You know, we put them in there. When I go to election day this fall, I will have tassels and glitter and the backup choir, and I'm just gonna skip on in there and just. But it would be nice if they just said what was actually going on, because they keep moving the goalpost, right? Initially it was 2 weeks, just stay at home at 2 weeks. Okay, well, we did that. Well, let's make it 8 weeks. We did that. So what we need is more testing. The tests are not accurate. There's a lot of false positives, and a lot of people just aren't getting tested because they don't want to. So then what we need is a vaccine. So that may take years. And a lot of people are uncomfortable with the idea of injecting themselves with something that you idiots kind of rush to market. So I don't know about that. What if we just fast forwarded to the part where our brilliant leaders said, well, actually, all of this will clear up when we can get our party in office in November. Can we just say that? Because that kind of seems like... And here in North Carolina, can we just fast forward to the part where you justify keeping all these event spaces closed by saying, yeah, we just need to do that until August so we can justify canceling the Republican National Convention that we've already cashed all the money that we got for hosting it. Can we just say that? I mean, I've been watching Les Miserables for the past 3 weeks on repeat so that I can learn how to overthrow a government. And from what I have picked up on my notes, I just need a couple horses and some bayonets, and that should take care of all of it. And we will hear the people sing. No more 2 weeks here. Now they just suddenly made up 5 weeks. 5 weeks is the new rule. 5 weeks for bars, businesses, event spaces, anybody else that they feel like it. So I have 5 more weeks of taking illegal showers and no gym. So what I've been doing is going downtown. I love downtown Wilmington. It's my favorite spot. All the big old houses. It's just beautiful. All the homeless people who pee on the sidewalk. I go down there and I can't jog because I have the bone structure of Quasimodo. So I use the parking deck and walk the stairs for 45 minutes. I look like a mental patient. Part of the parking deck is under construction right now, and there's some really yummy electricians there. So when I get to the floors that they're on, I gotta jog up the stairs. I can physically jog up the stairs and down for 45 minutes, but I don't like doing it because that fat that's right here above your hips, that shakes. And I would rather be in denial that it exists. There's entertainment at each level of the parking deck. On your base floor, you have all your servers and waiters and people who are just coming back now. And they go there and chain smoke and look at their cell phone and talk shit about their coworkers. So I get that for the first and second floor. And then on the third to 5th is where all the contractors and construction workers park. And about 11:30 noon, they come back to their windowless vans and pickup trucks. And then what I call the dope fairy shows up. It's a young man. He has a backpack and a bicycle. And he visits each of the trucks with whatever is in the backpack. And then they stare down at their arm for a while and take a little nap. And that's what they do. Maybe stare at my butt as I run up and down the stairs. It's fine. It's what we do. The dope fairy. And then on the 6th floor is where people in their car go. They drive all the way up there. There's a beautiful view of downtown, and they have some kind of domestic issue on the phone with their significant other, and they scream into the phone. And so you can see this at the car. And I just observe all this to keep myself entertained. I bought a couple little exercise bands and all that, but I have to do it outside, and I don't like people watching while I try to do a single push-up. I can only do 3 push-ups. Remember when I was applying to the FBI and DEA? Because I was going to be a special agent for a while? I don't know. It was a phase. I still can't do a push-up. I try so hard, and I don't know if it's my little gym teacher arms. It's surely not the weight of my teeny tiny Skittle tip boobs. I can't do it, and if you remember when I was going through applying for all those, that was one of the many things that got me kicked out of qualifying as a federal agent. Remember the physical test for DEA, it's at like a school track up around DC. I went there with to take the test with some other guys who were from here, and the DEA agents show up, and they're just like, oh man, and they're in camo, and I'm like, sir, we're at a school. I can still see you. We're not in the jungle. Why are you wearing camo? There's a swing set over there. It's like DEA SWAT. Before they get dressed in their camo, they like rub each other down with gun oil. It's a lot. And they're not receptive to feedback because I had some pointers to make about why it was stupid for a woman to have to do 14 chest to pavement push-ups. I can't even do one chest to pavement push-up. But what does that have anything to do with being a good drug agent? Not to be rude, we have some great federal agents here and all throughout the country, but I have never seen one of them run or have to do a push-up. Usually they sit in their car and wait for the local guys to do all the work. I just didn't see how doing 14 push-ups had anything to do with me being able to do that job. And when I shared that feedback, well, I was invited to go home. So I'm going to go knock this out. Can you even see that? This is where what I call my tracker is, right there. And because I've gained some weight from quarantine, you can't see it. But if I push on that enough, you can see the birth control stick pop through my skin. I do that at baby showers and parties sometimes when I want to get out of a group conversation and make everyone uncomfortable. We'll have to try it when I'm not so fluffy. Anyway, I'm going to go work out, and then we're going to go find some baby moos. Because I think we all need a little bit of joy in our lives, and there is nothing that makes me happier than chasing some unsuspecting little animal around a field and grabbing its by its face and just kissing those noses. All right, let's go. Welcome to Creek's Edge Family Farm, owned by Brittany Stallings, who's a first-generation lady farmer / milkmaid / mom boss who's on a mission to change how you get milk from these lovely lactating ladies.
We moved out here from having grown up in Wilmington my whole life, and started with chickens, and I just woke up one day and was like, you know what, I want a dairy cow. And everybody thought I was crazy. I didn't know what I was getting into or anything, and I just started looking.
She did what any savvy woman would do. She shopped online. On Craigslist, she found this pretty girl who was about to have her first calf. Like any new cow mom, Brittany was completely unprepared.
At that time, I did not have fencing set up. I did not have a barn. I had a book that I had purchased.
A book, a hope, and a prayer. Brittany had studied cosmetology. The closest thing she had ever come to running a dairy was picking up milk from the grocery store. And so she experienced what many others do when they throw themselves at overly ambitious plans. Doubters. The trick is to do it anyway.
That's what I did. December 2014, I brought her home.
They had to learn everything together, and none of it was easy.
I cried the first time I did it.
Why?
Well, number one, she was not trained for this. If you don't remember, she had never had a baby before, never been milked before. I had never done it. I felt inadequate. I felt like I didn't know what I was doing. She had just knocked over an entire bucket of milk. Like they say, don't cry over spilled milk. Hello, yes, you do cry over it. You do.
Today, the ladies have it down to a system. One that might look terribly antiquated, but speaks to the type of agriculture Brittany thinks we should be moving back to. The milk you get at the grocery store comes from mostly large-scale commercial dairies. Recently, many of those working under contract for large corporate operations were forced to dump their milk due to demand crashing.
the price set on the milk pretty much goes into caring for the animal. Like, I do this because I love it, not because it pays my bills.
While no one gets into the business of milk to become a millionaire, Brittany hopes to carve for herself a better way, one where her community can buy directly from the farm, where the customer knows the farmer and the cow.
The product you buy in the grocery store is dead. I mean, the pasteurization kills all the good probiotics, all the good bacteria, everything in it, and you're left with a dead product. I mean, you're left with milk-flavored water that they have to add stuff back in because they've stripped it all out.
She's trying to expand her acreage and her herd, two very difficult goals in land-starved southeastern North Carolina. She's currently selling small orders of illegal goods.
My main goal, honestly, is to make raw milk legal for human consumption in the state of North Carolina. We're, I think, one of 4 states that it's not legal.
Raw milk has not been pasteurized. What gets poured into your glass is far closer to what came out of the teat. It has a cult following for its health benefits, but the lack of bacteria-killing pasteurization has not won over health officials, at least not in North Carolina. So for now, Brittany can only sell her milk for pets to drink, not people. After coronavirus, after seeing how quickly our food supply chain could crumble, her idea may have just met its tipping point.
It was so easy to just go to the grocery store and get whatever they wanted before, is now finding that it's not so easy anymore. I mean, you go and there's no meat on the shelves. Gallons of milk is, slim to none. And what is there, the prices are going up on.
Beyond her heifers, she also adopted a gang of piglets from a local hog house who was nearly forced to euthanize hundreds of pigs because of supply chain issues.
I'm hoping that more people support local.
America has a long way to go before it fully understands where its food comes from, or just how few farmers are left to keep agriculture going. I'm here to love on the moos, tell them how beautiful they are, and lead them in a little afternoon homeschooling from the sacred text. Brittany is here to help feed a nation. She's not an Instagram celebrity, she doesn't have high-dollar sponsors, and she doesn't get asked for autographs. Just like any farmer. But just like any farmer, maybe they should.